Hi legends, hope you're all having a fantastic day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are from all around the world. I know I have people here on the stream from all over the world. So welcome to another live stream. Potential, do I see a trading scenario almost playing out over here? Holding on by a thread over here, legends. I know this looks a bit messy. Let me just switch this off. Okay, let's keep things simple. Let's just look at the chart and analyze the highest probable scenarios. Are we going down? Are we going up? But I mean, who cares, right? Who cares? Who cares whether Bitcoin is going to $85,000? Who cares if Bitcoin is going to $50,000, right? As per the thumbnail, who damn cares, right? But I care that you are here. I care that you are smashing up the like button. Right, legends. I care that you subscribe for future notifications. But I will tell you why I don't care if Bitcoin falls to $85,000. I absolutely don't care. Right. If you care, let me know, right? And then you need to let me know, why do you care? Because I'm going to tell you why I don't care, but I'm also going to tell you why I do care. Right, legends? Is a dump really that bad? Gillian, hi, legends. Welcome to the live stream. Hamza, no one cares. Yes, no one cares. Who cares? Right? No financial advice. Welcome to the live stream. Mods, appreciate the support as always. When Dewald wakes up, BTC starts a new day session. Smash up the like on your way in. Absolutely. Thanks, Mr. NFA. Right, Albert, hi all, welcome. Muhid, hi legends. Talma, hi. Sikanda, hi, welcome. Everest, haven't seen you here in a while. Maybe I'm just missing your comments. Welcome to the live stream. Ricky, my spot back would care. Yes, yes, you are on the right track. You are on the right track. My spot back will also care. Okay, my swing trades will also care. But who will not care? Right, what will not care? Junior, hi legends, pro members here in the community, welcome to the live stream. Mark Dutch, afternoon. Dewald, dropping in to smash the like. Thank you so much. Appreciate you tapping that button once or 3 times. Okay, uneven numbers, don't tap it twice, right? Mark Dutch, welcome to the live stream. Hamza, care not care, it's just a matter of time. My altcoin spot bags care, right? Hello, big man. Peros, welcome to the live stream. Legends, I will share with you today why I don't care. And maybe why you should change your mindset. Okay, the question. You are legend. We are Dewald. Right. The question is, why should you not care? Okay, and the question is also really, what is your goal? Right, are you a type of trader that wants to catch the trade, to show off that P&L to everyone else? Are you only an investor that accumulates and slowly DCA into positions and you don't care where the price is, you just buy wherever it is because you're investing for the long term? If you are a spot trader or an investor, a long-term investor, you should also not care, okay? Dropping to $85,000 or even to $50,000, you should not care. You should just be grateful that you are able to buy Bitcoin at a better price, right? If you're a swing trader, maybe you should care because then you could get invalidated. But then again, if you've planned your trade and you have a clear invalidation, you know where you're going to take profits, you know why you entered, why care? Why should you care, right? The message I want to deliver today is why you should care, or why at least you should not care. Because if you can change that mindset of why you should not care, I see so much fear in the market. You know, the fear and greed index that plays with people's emotions. When Bitcoin drops, okay, everyone runs away. My YouTube views goes down, people stop trading for some reason, everyone runs away. I'm not sure why everyone just wants to play any commodity, equity, Bitcoin, altcoins, just to the upside. Not sure why, okay? People only care when they see green candles. No one cares when there's a red candle or we have a consolidation and we're just going sideways and nothing's really happening and it's boring, okay? Then no one cares. But when there's a green candle to the upside, I mean, boy oh boy, do people care about green candles. For some reason, people only like things going up, but they don't like things going down. Okay, so maybe, legends, maybe now you care because Bitcoin is going up, baby. Bitcoin is going up and we should long this puppy to the upside until it breaks trend, and we only take profits once it breaks trend over here. Okay, at least we're going up, right? Now we care. So maybe if we change our perspective, right, we won't care whether the price is going up or whether the price is going down. Okay, legends, smash up the like button. I am having a little bit of fun over here, but I will get to the point. And for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you know exactly, where I'm getting to with this, right? Why I don't care. That's why I put Bitcoin there and a little bit of a life raft in the middle of the ocean with the doom, gloom, and the thunder hitting in the background, is because why should you care that the price is going down? If your goal is to be a successful day trader, you should not care whether the price is going up or down. You should be grateful that there is volatility in the market. You might be asking me, well, Dewald, what is volatility? Price just needs to move to the up and to the downside. The worst thing for a trader is this. That is really bad. It is boring. It is you feel like pulling out your teeth with a spoon type of thing, okay? That is what a trader does not want. But as long as you can get this and you can get this and you get the volatility to the up and to the downside, we fall, we climb back up, that is what we care about from a day trading perspective, because volatility presents opportunities that can be traded. Whether the price goes down or whether the price goes up, we make money to the downside and we make money to the upside. Legends, and maybe I'm going to keep this for a little bit later in the live stream. Okay, the key message that I want to deliver over here. Okay, the key message that I want to deliver, I'm going to keep for a little bit later. Right, so let's dive into some technical analysis, assess the probabilities here at the moment, and a potential trading setup that could play out while we are here in the live stream. Okay, and remember, legends, come and trade with me. Link down in the description. Okay, select more, open up the description. Let me zoom in over here. First link down in the description. I've got weeks. Okay, and I mean, they have really rolled out all the stops for the legends watching this live stream here at the moment. All you need is an email and a password to sign up and start trading. Okay, you can transfer money from any exchange or wallet into the Weeks account and you can start trading. You will immediately get 50% discount on your trading fees, and that makes a massive impact, especially if you're playing with large positions on high leverage and so forth. Okay, you don't want fees to eat into your profits. Right, you get up to $20,000 sign-up bonus, and you get 10% on your money back that you deposit in your features account. So if you slap a $10,000 in your features account and you just leave it there, you don't even trade with it, you get R1,000 back or $1,000 back, right? $1,000 to trade with or to use towards stop losses or just go crazy, whatever you want to do with that, right? So legends. And this deal is not going to last forever. I'm really enjoying trading on Weeks at the moment. I do have Weeks open here on the side, and I'm about to jump into a trade, which I will discuss now in a second, right? And I'm going to, from an educational perspective, explain to you guys exactly what I'm looking at over here and what I would want to see before I enter the trade, and how I'm going to apply my great risk management and where do I plan to take profits, okay? 3 W's. You need to know your 3 W's, right? If you do not know what this is that I just put here on the screen, there's 2 of them. There's a long one and there's a short one, okay? If you do not know what these are, you should not be trading. You should not be trading. You should not be day trading, and you should not be opening up swing trades, okay? This is what I refer to as the 3 W's. WW, not EWWW, okay? Not WWE, it's just WWW. Right, legends, we could potentially have that trade played out in any moment now, but you should know why you are entering. You should know where your risk management is, and you should know where you're planning to take profits. And if you cannot tick all three boxes, you should not trade, because you're going to liquidate your account. You're going to lose money, okay? If you are that type of person that jumps onto live streams and you ask the people, I've entered at this level and I'm underwater, I don't know what to do, okay? You have not planned your trade. And you have FOMO'd into something and you've just bought, closing your eyes, hoping for the best, and now you could potentially be underwater, and you're hoping, okay, hope is not a strategy, but you're now hoping for price to turn around at some point, and you just wait, you know, you're just dreaming about at least clawing the money that you've lost back. And usually what happens is price comes back, okay, and then you're like, oh, I got my wish, now I can cash out. But then price does this, and you're like, maybe I should leave it, okay, let me leave it, because you know, there's no some nice profits over there, right? And you're like, oh wow, okay, this is great, and bam, oh crap, and then you go through that emotional roller coaster again. Why did I not cash out? Why, oh why did I not cash out? And you can just see how the market plays with your emotions. It's just, it's amazing, right? It's just amazing how the market plays with people's emotions. Right, legends, there are potentially two trading setups that I'm watching over here. I just want to see what is CVD doing, okay? We do have some local bullish CVD against that pivot. I just want to see, I mean, it's not really the level that I want to trade from, but the market could front run us. So let me dive into the technical analysis and show you what I mean. Okay, it's quite fascinating. It never ceases to amaze me, okay? When people look at this, they're like, how do you make sense of it? And I just switch on a couple of trends and they're like, oh, okay, now I see what you're doing over here, right? And then things starts making sense. Okay, legends, first thing that I'll be watching over here is the break of the trend. Simple, simple, simple. I want to see a successful break of the trend, okay? From a 4-hour perspective, I just want to see where that trend is coming from. So from a simple trend line trading perspective, we have broken out from this trend, okay, and we are consolidating above, which is actually a pretty good bullish sign. So for a trend line or a breakout trader, this is absolutely phenomenal. You have multiple candles closes outside of the trend, and this is usually a great bullish sign, okay? So a breakout trader also knows that the price sometimes comes back for retest. Sometimes what happens is the price comes back for retest and it grinds against the trend, and then eventually it gets upwards momentum. And that is perfectly normal, okay? Definitely you break out, you retest. What they usually do is you either enter over there, you add a little bit to your position, your stop loss is pretty far away, but you are targeting the high and price discovery to the upside. Right, so that is a trading setup from a breakout perspective. Okay, so that in itself is already a little bit of a bullish sign. Okay, so the first thing that I will be paying attention to is to say that, okay, well, if you did not get into the breakout, this is how I like to trade breakouts. If you did not get in here, often what happens is the alarm goes off, the price breaks out, and people start FOMOing into the trade. Okay, because the price could literally just leave without you. And this is what a lot of people with a little bit less experience are used to. Okay, they FOMO into the trade and they are in the profits, and price comes down, they get scared, price goes back up, they're back in profits, yeah, they're celebrating, and now we just consolidating sideways. And now you're sitting there wondering, should I cash out, should I not cash out? But basically, you know, from a simplistic or a practical perspective, you wait for the breakout, okay? And when you get that beautiful retest, that is usually the best buy because you get a better entry, okay? Or you've played the breakout, and this is a place where you add to your position, depending on what your trading strategy is, how much capital you want to put on the trade, how far your stop loss is, okay? Because your stop loss, according to this trading strategy on the larger time frame, your stop loss is supposed to go down here. Some people are not willing to accept that stop loss, so they put their stop losses over here. Okay, and then what sometimes happens is price comes back for a retest, it has 1 week to the downside, and it continues, and it stops these people out, and it leaves without them. And then you're like, crap, if I just followed the rules for the strategy and my stop loss was over here, I would have now been in profits. Okay, I just love to educate, legends. I love to educate. Right, so from a trading perspective, I am now waiting patiently for the break of this trend. Okay, because this is another strategy. You missed the breakout, you're waiting for the retest, but you don't know if the retest is going to be successful. Okay, so what I usually wait for is I want to see price retest, find support, some nice bullish CVD building up against these two pivots, and then I will even wait a little bit longer, and I can say, well, I'm going to wait for the break of this trend, because price could bounce here and it finds weakness and it gets acceptance back inside the trend, and it starts closing 1 hour, 4 hour candle below the trend. That is a bearish sign. This is why I sometimes, on the larger time frame, I'm very patient with my trades, because this is the clue. This little line here is the clue. So you could be one of those traders that says, I don't care what happens over here. Okay, if price dips, yes, that is potentially a better entry, but this to me is a better confirmation buy, because once it finds support and it moves to the upside and it breaks trend, okay, that to me is a more confirmed trade, because then what you can do is you can also have a tighter stop loss, because that's now your recent low where you've broken out higher low and now you are making momentum back to the upside. So you know, there's just many ways in which you can play this trade to the upside. There's just no right or wrong. You need to decide which strategy works best for you. And I'm just here to show you all the possibilities. Okay. Right, legends, I quickly now want to zoom in here into this small little structure, and I want to go onto the 15-minute time frame and say, well, now there's swing failure patterns that we can keep an eye on. And the one potential trade that I'm really keeping my eye on at the moment is when I take a fib from this little low to the high. Okay, you can see we are now here dancing around the 786. This is also the value area high of the entire range. If I go back quickly here to the 4-hour time frame, I take a fixed range profile. I know exactly why we bounced over there, where price is struggling at the moment. And I go back to the 15-minute just to show everyone. You can see this is where price bounced this morning. Okay, this is where price bounced on this morning. The entire range that we've been in, it bounced on the value area high, and now it is trading below. Okay, but this is now on the smaller time frame. So what the potential trade that I am now waiting for, okay? And it could play out, it could not play out, but I trade with good risk management. So I can now take this out the way. I'm waiting, I'm really waiting for the 0.8. I want to see what's going to happen at the 0.88, because that could be a turning point. And this is where I start building some confluences. Okay, the first area of confluence, or the first thing that I notice here on the chart, is that we have this little juicy pivot over here, and we all like ourselves a little bit of a swing failure pivot. Okay, where price dips below and it gets acceptance back above this pivot. That is a swing failure pattern. Okay, so now I have a pivot and I have a 0.88, and we all know how powerful the 0.88 level can be, because if I take a fib from this low to the high, I mean, look at the 0.88 tap. Look at this. You tap the 0.88, wham, near to the upside. Okay, you tapped it again, wham, here to the upside. So the 0.88 I know is a powerful Fibonacci level, retracement level. Another interesting thing is now I zoom in a little bit more into the structure and I said, okay, well, the only thing that starts making sense about this choppiness here to the downside, this absolute mess and this choppiness, is that this looks like a clear pivot over here. This is the clearest pivot that I see inside of this entire structure here to the downside. So maybe perhaps it's forming a 3-wave structure here to the downside. And then I can go and take my trend base FIP from the high of the structure to the low of that pivot to the high, that little pivot high over there, and I drag this across to go and measure out some levels. And you need to be sniper about this, okay? You need, oops, I adjusted that ever so slightly. It really needs to be exactly where it needs to be, okay? Right, there we go. Okay, and now I have more confluence because I know usually in a zigzag or a 3-wave structure, the 1-to-1 extension is a very powerful level where you have the same length. Okay, this structure and this structure is exactly the same length in time, which gives you that lightning bolt effect. Okay, that little lightning bolt effect where you have an exact 1-to-1 extension in a 3-wave structure. I know that this is a target. This 1-to-1 lines up with the 0.88, so the planets are starting to align. Okay, this now looks like a great trading setup for me. And a last thing that I then look at is to say that if I go onto the liquidity heat map, I look at it here. Let me just take my sorry, legends. Let me go. There we go. Sorry, legends. There we go. I took my face out, but my mic was muted on the other scene. So apologies for that. Right. So legends, basically what I was highlighting over here is to say that you have the liquidity, you have the 0.88, you have the 1-to-1 extension, you have this little pivot over here. Now you have confluence. Okay. Sexy as hell. Right. So the long opportunity that I'm planning over here, and I do have my 𝗞𝗍𝗂𝗍 account ready. Let me just check. Dewald, do you have your? Yes, I have my position loaded. I'm ready. Ready. Let me see. Just want to make sure over here. Okay, market. Right. I'm ready. I'm not entering yet. Have not entered yet. Okay. It's okay now. Yes, it's okay now. But what I wanted to discuss on the liquidity heat map, I'm sure you guys can hear me now, right? What I wanted to discuss on the liquidity heat map is, okay, usually when you grab liquidity here to the downside, you get a reaction. So now I have a liquidity pool that aligns with the confluences that I've just shared over here. Okay. Right. Let me put my face back on. There we go. Okay. So legends, the trading setup is very simple that I'm watching over here, okay? And as I'm providing the trading setup over here, it comes with a lot of education as well, because I do not want to be that person that just says, I'm entering a long, I'm entering a short, and everyone else is like a bunch of parrots just doing the exact same thing that I'm doing and they have no idea why they did it. Okay, so legends, what I will be looking at is a swing failure pattern from this level over here. What I would like to see is for price to dip below these levels, claim the liquidity, and start trading above. That is where I will put my stop loss below the recent low, and as soon as we start moving into profits, I will protect my position. Basically putting my stop loss on my entry price so that if price comes down, I do not get stopped out with a loss. Okay, that is my plan. This is my trading plan over here. Right. I plan to take profits by the high. That is my TP1 over there. Okay, if there's aggressive bearish CVD building up over here as we are climbing up between these pivots, I might take profit and close my position at these local highs over here. Like I've demonstrated yesterday, I can make significant cash from small middle movements like this. But there's the chance that it successfully SFPs over here and it goes higher, and maybe, you know, it rejects here by the trend, or it breaks out and it just leaves. Okay, so I will be leaving 10% of my position open for higher levels, because that is what I do as a day trader. So in saying this, legends, the reason I don't care, okay? Andy, welcome to the live stream. The master in the house, Master Andy, the legend himself in the house. Guys, if you have not checked out Andy's YouTube channel, okay, link down here in the description. Have you guys, I'm not sure, most of you come here from Andy's channel, you know, but this sexy, handsome dude over here, like Andy likes to call me, also has an amazing YouTube channel, and he does pop in from time to time. Okay. If you have not given Andy a follow, go and check him out. Andy's technical analysis is absolutely amazing. Right. Link down in the description if you'd like to know where Mr. Andy is. Okay. Andy and Dewald, both legends. Yes, definitely. You both are legends. Thank you guys so much. Right, legends. So this is the trading opportunity that I am patiently waiting for. Okay, as long as price is trading below these levels, okay, a couple of tips and tricks. As long as price is trading below these levels, I am not interested. I will not long. I will not play the long. Okay, because it could just waterfall. And there you are adding to your position, and you're like, shit, what happened, Dewald? I thought we're going to get the bounce. Because you have to wait for price to show you the way. Price needs to dip below, it needs to get acceptance back above. Okay, that is where you enter. When price trades back above this level, that is a sign of strength, and then you also know where to put your stop loss. As price is trading below the level, you don't know where to put your stop loss. Okay, another couple of tricks I just want to point out over here is that often what happens is price dips below, it gets acceptance back above, I enter, I have my stop loss, and then this happens, I get stopped out. But then something magical happens and it gets acceptance back above, I will re-enter and have my stop below the low. Okay, sometimes you need to be persistent, because sometimes you get those double bottoms and even sometimes a triple bottom, and then it gets continuation to the upside. But yeah, I'm not going to be interested. If the price is this low already, if the price gets over here, then I will highlight the next trading setup, which is a swing failure from this low over here. Okay, but yes, I want to be sniper about this one. I want to get in, I want to get out, take my profits and call it a day, right? That is my plan over there. And you have often heard me speak about swing failure patterns, how I would trade them, the tricks and the tips around swing failure patterns. Well, now you have it, okay? I am not going to tell you when I'm entering if I see what I like. I'm not going to tell you where to put your stop loss. I'm not going to tell you where to take profits while we are inside of the trade. I have already explained everything, and I need you to also pay attention in class and execute it according to everything that I've just explained. Okay, because I don't want to be responsible for your potential loss, or, you know, hopefully some profits in the bags, because that's always great and everyone is happy. But, you know, legends, I've explained it. I'm looking for this price action. Okay, I'm looking to enter in this zone. I know exactly where to put my stop loss. And if there's bearish CVD building up against these pivots, I will take profits here by the highs and leave some of the position open for these highs over here, because it could get that momentum to the upside. It rejects by the trend and it falls down again. Okay, so I am just looking at to capitalize at this potential bounce here to the upside. That's all I'm looking at. That is my plan. I don't care if price breaks out. Okay, as per the thumbnail, I don't care. Right? I don't care, legends, because once you've planned your trade, and Andy will tell you guys the exact same thing, okay? Once you've planned your trade, with good risk management, and you enter like a sniper where you're supposed to enter here at the bottom, okay, now you have your trading scenario planned out. You know where you're going to take profits. Okay, that is your TP1, that's your TP2. Maybe you leave 10% of the position open there for higher levels. Who knows, right? As soon as you start moving into profits, you protect your position so that if you get stopped out, you get stopped out at break even with all the profits that you've taken here to the upside. Once the trade plays out, okay, happy days. Maybe, oh, we're getting the bounce here at the moment. Is this the front run? Is this the front run? Okay, if we're going to get the front run over here, legends, I'm not interested. I will only take the trade once price gets to my level. Okay, I do not trade to my area of interest. I trade from my area of interest. If price runs away over here, okay, then I have a plan over there. If price, okay, comes to my area of interest, that's the only time I will consider the long. I do not FOMO into trades. I don't see that green candle and think to myself, crap, maybe I should enter. No, that's not how I trade. Okay, right, legends. Once your trade has played out, you should be very, very proud and happy with yourself. Let's say this happens, plays out, okay? Whatever happens, once you've closed your trade over here, whatever happens, you should not care because you are a day trader. You do not care if price is going to $200,000. You do not care if price is going to $85,000. You have a successful trade in the bag. You applied your trading strategy with amazing good risk management. You took profits where you were supposed to take profits, and now you are a happy day trader. You've made your profits for the day. That is why I want to end off that little question that I posed during the beginning to say that if you are able to change your mindset in terms of this is not the trade that's just going to mahala up here and go to $200,000. Okay, everyone wants to catch the trade. If you can look at every trade as a trade, just another trade, applying my trading strategy when price comes to my area of interest, I plan my trade, I know where to take profits. It either stops you out, okay, and then we look for next trading setup, but you get stopped out with good risk management, not losing more than 1% of your portfolio. And if it does play out, happy days, and then you look for a next trading setup. You are, as a day trader, just looking at price action for trading setups to the up and to the downside and to the up and to the downside. You can long, you can short, you can long, and you simply just apply your trading strategy. So as a day trader, you do not care where price is going. From an investment perspective or a spot perspective, you might care because you want your bags to go up and all you can play is to the upside. So then you care, okay? From a swing trade perspective, in essence, yes, you care, but you should also not care because you've planned your trade. You know exactly where your stop loss is, you know why you've entered, and you know where you're going to take profits. So let price play out. You should also not care. Okay, and that's why I put in the thumbnail today, legends, you should not care. Okay, a day trader, if you are able to change your mindset of red means danger. Okay, everyone is in panic at the moment. Red is danger, while in my case, purple. Red is danger. Okay, I do not trade red or danger to the downside. I only look for longs. Okay, if you can change your mindset in terms of a red candle to the downside or a green candle to the upside, both presents equal opportunities, and all I do is apply a trading strategy to it. I plan my trade with good risk management. I know where to take profits. You should not care whether price is going to $200,000, $1 million, or whether it's going back to $10,000, because all you do along the way, okay, as price is moving to the up and to the downside, is you just applying your trading strategy, and you are clawing your money out of the market trade by trade by trade by trade by trade. That's all you care about, is winning the trade that you are currently in. That's all you care about. Okay, so it took me a while to get to that point. Right, legends. So I will not enter the long if my level is not hit. Now I have explained this trade, and remember, Bitcoin can be traded on weeks, link down in the description. So if I go back here, okay, you click on more, first link down in the description. You can trade Bitcoin, many of your favorite altcoins as well, on leverage. All you need is an email and a password. You get 50% discount on your trading fees. You have to own, I think, 300,000 WXT tokens to get this discount. You just get it by watching the live stream and signing up with the link, right? They also have a competition running. You also get 10% on the cash that you deposit in your features account. So what are you waiting for, right? Go and give Weeks a try and let me know how you find the exchange. We also have a support channel for Weeks to direct access to the Weeks support team inside of our Legends Discord community. Okay, so if you have any issues or any questions or maybe a new feature you would like them to implement, we do have direct access to the Week support team inside of our Discord, where you can talk to the team directly without even going through their formal channels. Right, cool, Legends. Okay, now the front running looks like it's happening over here, but I just have to point out, okay, and I mean it could run away over here, but I just have to point out, but I don't like this. Okay, so I'm looking at the structure. Maybe some people are FOMOing into this trade, but if I take a fib here from the low to the high, okay, you've claimed the 0.88 over there. You increase the probabilities of taking the low. Let's see. So this trading setup over here still has a chance. Okay, it looks bullish. It looks like price wants to run away. Let's see. Yes, and it definitely could. Okay, it definitely could. But I think this little structure over here also proves how powerful the 0.88 level is that you usually get a reaction. And I am just looking to trade this little reaction on the larger price action, okay, on the 15-minute here to the upside. I want to get in with good risk management, get out. Okay, and here is the 0.88 that I'm waiting for. Okay, so Legends, now let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go on to the 1 hour time frame and zoom into this little structure. Take some of the noise here out the way. Okay, from a simplicity perspective, what you could do is you could wait for the break of the trend. Okay, so if you are a long-term trader, you don't like to take small little scalps with high leverage, maybe you're a 1x trader. So you play features to play the market to both the up and to the downside, but you don't have time. Your 9 to 5 demands too much energy and time out of your day. And right, you want to take those high probable trades, then stick on the larger time frames. You know, stick to the 1 hour, 4 hour time frames. Okay, wait for the breakout. Take profits on the way up. You have 2 clear pivots, profit-taking pivots. Okay, once you successfully break out over here, you take profit and you close your position at the high. Simple, easy peasy. It does take longer and it takes a lot more patience, which might suit your lifestyle. Okay, another trade, Legends. If, okay, I like to play out that what if scenarios. If price had to just reverse from here, break out, I will apply my breakout trading strategy depending on the price action that I see over here. Okay, now I have another plan. So price does not come to my level, it front runs me. I have a trading plan over there. If price rejects, I have a trading plan over here. Okay, it sweeps up the lows, dips below, gets acceptance back above, and then it breaks out. So I have another trading plan over there. I have a trading plan over there. So the best thing that you can do as a technical trader is to have a plan at each level, so that when price does whatever it needs to do and it hits one of those areas, you know exactly what to do as a trader. Because if you're only planning one step ahead, or just the now, you're only planning this trade over here, and then it front runs you and it breaks out and just leaves without you. Because you didn't have a plan, you didn't know what to do, you didn't know how to trade the situation, and then you end up FOMOing into a trade and comes back down and it liquidates your position. So you have to have multiple bullish and bearish plans. 2 scenarios that I quickly want to just share with everyone over here. Yes, we'll go live in about 1 hour. Mr. Andy himself is going to go live in 1 hour. Right, legends. Let's stick to the technical analysis, and another scenario or two scenarios that I want to highlight over here is there is a bullish case scenario, okay, where you have completed, and I've spoken about this yesterday during my live stream as well, where you've completed a 5-wave impulsive structure to the upside in an extended first wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in yesterday's live stream, I went into detail about how I counted the waves, and I used my Fibonacci's to make sure that each wave here to the upside balances and it's crispy. Okay, it's nice and crispy here to the upside and everything makes sense. Right, so everything from here on out is potentially a longer corrective structure. What I like to do is that if you are speculating at this being the end of the impulse, which it does look like it is from a bullish case perspective, you want to take your time fib from the low to the high of the impulse, because you want to measure how long did it take this impulse to complete, and you snap it there onto number 5. Okay, ideally your low should be made, or the correction should end in this zone after the 1.382, the 0.382, after the red line. This is why I have this line in red, because any low made before this red line is a little bit out of balance. It's weird, it's strange, it's not supposed to happen. Time is never an invalidation, but it does impact probabilities. So from a probability perspective, it would be very, very weird to have an impulse, a correction, and then you just go back up. That correction is incredibly short for the duration it took the impulse to complete here to the upside. You at least, okay, in a perfect world, what you will see is a 1-to-1 extension, and then it bounces. In a perfect world, 1-to-1. But I mean, the market is not perfect and it likes to surprise us, but it would be nice to at least complete the corrective structure inside of this zone. Where it becomes a little bit more tricky and confusing sometimes is that some people think that, okay, the low has to be made in this zone. The lowest point has to be made in this zone. Okay, generally, most commonly speaking, yes, the low does get made in this zone. So it would be nice to see this. Then you know that the low was made in the zone where it was supposed to be made, and then this breakout is an awesome breakout because you have a higher chance of this being an impulse, a corrective structure ending where it's supposed to end, and now you're getting the true breakout to the upside. But where things become a little bit more tricky is that I have often seen that the lowest point of the corrective structure can be made before the 0.382, but it's not to say that the correction is finished, because this corrective structure can also end in a triangle, which is basically a zigzag, okay, in W, a zigzag in X, and it forms an A, B, C, D, E, and it breaks to the upside in a Y wave. Let me just do this. And this is where the market makers trick a lot of people, because your correction theoretically ended over here, which is at the 1-to-1 extension. Beautiful. So it's not to say that the lowest point has to be inside of this zone. All it says is that your corrective structure needs to end in that zone. So if you're forming a triangle in a Y wave over here, which has an A, B, C, D, E, and we break to the upside, okay, it might leave some traders behind because they don't know about the Elliott Wave corrective structures. They saw this low and they were expecting one more low, which never came. And now they have to FOMO into higher prices over here. Okay, so I just wanted to highlight that scenario. So based on the bullish case scenario that I'm seeing over here, legends, let me take this out. Then I can go through some comments. And if you are posting altcoin requests, I will go through them after I'm done here with Bitcoin. Okay, legends, if this is, okay, a WXY Y corrective structure. This little naughty boy, this bad boy over here, unfortunately has many scenarios. Okay, W's are usually easy. You have a zigzag and a W. Okay, you have another zigzag and an X. Beautiful. Taking a fib from the low to the high, this X did not tap the 786, which tells me that there's a high chance that this could be an X. Now, this little bad boy over here has a couple of scenarios. Okay, if the bullish structure is going to be or is going to play out, this little bad boy can end in a triangle where this is an A wave to the downside. It's going to create basically an A, B, C, D, E, and then it breaks out. That is a Y wave. Okay, a Y wave can also be a flat. It goes back up, it SFPs from the highs, it comes back down, it SFPs from the lows, and then it rock and rolls to the upside. Okay, so a Y wave can also be a flat, takes the highs, takes the lows, and then it rock and rolls. It's just Y waves are very tricky. And then a Y wave can also be a 5-wave structure to the downside. It can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I mean, this does not look like a 5-wave structure, and it can also be just a normal zigzag. Done. Y wave is done, and it goes back up. So this little bad boy over here, okay, is a very complex corrective structure to trade and to know exactly what's going to happen. And all we can do as traders is observe the price reaction at certain levels, okay, for a trading setup. And this is why, legends, regardless of how the structure plays out from a Y wave perspective, I'm keeping an eye on the break of this trend. This could potentially be a breakout that takes the high. Okay, now the bearish case. Let's discuss the bearish case here quickly. Okay, the bearish case is that we are potentially busy with a larger WXY. W, we're in a 3-wave structure. Okay, X, that is not completed just as yet, but when you take a fib from the low to the high of W, actually over there, okay, your X wave can bounce between the 50% and the 78. Well, you don't want to 786 to be tapped, so you really want it to bounce here. Okay, you want the X wave to bounce here. Even the 382 is fine. You want the X wave to bounce over there, which is basically in alignment with this trend. Okay, so it's in the zone, right? And then you make a nice little bullish Y wave here to the upside. And the only difference between this bearish case scenario over here and the bullish case scenario is, in both scenarios, if I switch them both on over here, we're expecting a breakout. I'm expecting a breakout. That's why that trend is so important to me. In both bullish and bearish case scenarios, I'm expecting a breakout. In the bearish case, we're going to fall down and claim the low. In the bullish case, we're going to make a 5-wave structure to the upside, a 3-wave structure back to the downside, not claim the low and continue. We're going to continue going into price discovery. So I don't care. So this is why Elliott Wave theory to me is so powerful. So based on my bullish and my bearish case scenario, it looks like the probabilities are higher to find support in this zone and continue the momentum to the upside. Hope that makes sense. Cool. So that's my bullish and bearish case scenario over there, legends. I mean, it looks like we're getting the front run. What is happening from a CVD perspective? No weakness on CVD as yet. So, I mean, it looks like we got the front run. And it doesn't surprise me because, I mean, I was waiting for that level. Really waiting for that level. And, I mean, if I take a fixed range profile, okay, I showed everyone where we got the bounce. We got the bounce. We're getting the bounce and the support at the value area high. Okay, we rejected. We rejected, we broke through. Okay, we've been holding this level, so this is a very strong area of support. Okay, if price front runs me over here, okay, I will attempt along over there with great risk management, depending on the price action that I see if we do hit that level and we break out successfully. Because this little trend, okay, can also be a rejection point. So I have to see what I want to see over here. So you might be looking at this trend and then you have your alarm set. What happens is your alarm goes off and you get people FOMO into the trade and then it just fails miserably. Okay, so I want to see the price. I want to see some high time frame candle closes above. I don't want to see any bearish CVD building up against any of these pivots. I want to see a sign of strength. Maybe I won't even play the breakout. I will wait for the retest. Okay, I'm going to be very patient with this trade. Right, and I don't mind buying in slightly higher if I have better confirmation of the trade moving in the direction that I wanted to move in with great risk management. Hopefully, hopefully you get a structure that looks like this. This is always the thing that I hope for, is that it moves up, it breaks out, because then you don't have to put your stop loss there. The rule is you have to put your stop loss below the recent low. So if price can move up in waves before it breaks out, then I have a tighter stop loss. So, right, let's see how that's going to play out. Cool, legends, let's go through some comments. Let me go back here on the 1 hour, just observe the price reaction. Let's see if we continue here to the upside. I just don't see any signs of weakness. It would be nice to go and grab this liquidity pool. Would be nice to go and grab that liquidity pool. Let me do this. I'll always forget that my head's in the way. Would be really nice to come and grab this liquidity pool over here, which is in alignment with the trading setup that I've highlighted. So if price does not come to my trading setup, it is what it is. Then it needs to run away. Okay, so let's go through some comments. I know that most of you most probably have some altcoin requests, so hopefully there's some questions in here where it's not an altcoin request, and I can just quickly get that out the way before we jump into some altcoins. Then I also want to discuss the 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. I want to just briefly touch on ETH BTC. Okay. And right, we can go and have a look at dominance as well. I was here looking at the GOAT chart. I saw my alarm went off this morning, and I mean, it had a 22, it was up to even 30% pump today, but it's still rejecting. It's still rejecting by the trend line. Okay, still rejecting. I'm a patient trader. I would wait for a couple of days. I want to see multiple candle closes outside of the trend, and then I'll make a trading decision. That's not going to let me FOMO into a trade. Not at all. Okay. GOAT must be some sort of meme coin. I think someone asked for it. I just went through my list here today, and then I saw this 30% pump, and I was like, what is this? Okay. Right. Let's go through some comments. Where can we? Trump, please. Yes, everyone wants to see their favorite altcoin. Please check ADA. Take another one locally, and you can see what's going on. Say please. Yep, GOAT is a meme coin. Okay, I thought so. Someone asked for GOAT here the other day. I don't know. It sounds like a meme coin. Please, mobile. Okay, in the AI sector. Okay. So GOAT is in the AI sector. Right, smash up the like. Yes, legends, I have dropped so much education. Okay, you really will pay a lot of money to get this type of education that I'm sharing here for free. Okay, in other people's channels. Okay, what I'm sharing here on my channel, you will pay big money to go and unlock their courses to get access to this type of information. So, and I'm sharing it with you for free because I want you to be successful. I want you to be financially free, and all I ask in return is that you smash up that like, and you go down in the description and you support the channel by signing up with Weeks and Trade Like a King, because you also get the best deals than trying to go and search for it on Google. Okay, so we're helping each other. I organize the best deals that I possibly can for my community, and all I ask is that you support the channel. It costs you nothing extra. In fact, you just gain along the way with a 50% discount, with a 10% cashback on your features bonus, right? That's how it works. The real education, thanks Dewald, absolute pleasure. Is there no more 7-day trial for the Legends Pro community? No, that has been, that special has dried up, run away. Okay, GOAT is the first AI generated meme coin. Same can be said for Fartcoin. Okay, that explains why Fartcoin is also doing so good, because it looks like there's a little bit of hype around the AI sector at the moment. Brett lost structure. Andy and Dewald are legends. Thank you so much. Let's go and have a look at a couple of altcoins. But before I get there, I will go and have a look at Brett. Okay, but before I get there, I wanted to quickly discuss this on the 𝗖𝗍cie. It looks confusing, but as always, I'm going to make it so simple. Everyone, even your child, will understand what I've got over here. Okay, hopefully. Right, so this is the 𝗖𝗍cie on the weekly time frame. Okay, and this little structure was formed since 2008. It's a massive structure. It's a massive structure. But what is very interesting about the structure that formed on the 𝗖𝗍cie since 2008, March 2008, up until where we are right now, 2025 January, okay, is I can clearly count a 5-wave structure to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each impulse had a beautiful ABC correction. A, B, C, A, B, C, A. And where I have this red box at the moment, okay, is where each B wave has rejected so far by the 0.88. So this is where the 0.88 is. So perhaps the 𝗖𝗍cie is still going to chop and chop until it hits that level. And then, okay, this is now the scary part for the 𝗖𝗍cie, right? Is there a massive crash incoming for the 𝗖𝗍cie? Is Bitcoin maybe going to go into a super cycle that's going to last for years and just surprise everyone? I have no idea. But I mean, this, you know, if you have completed a 5-wave structure to the upside, and this is a massive corrective structure to the downside that can get aggressive. Make no mistake, these bounces can be quite bearish for any asset, okay? These little bounces along the way. But I mean, this is going to be very bearish for the 𝗖𝗍cie and extremely bullish for risk on assets. So is there something going to happen from an economy perspective, from a world perspective, that no one is seeing at the moment? But the technicals are telling me, okay, this is scary, right, guys? The technicals are telling me that the 𝗖𝗍cie is almost due for a massive correction. Not just these small ones that we've seen. Not just these ones. Because these little corrections is where we typically had our previous bull cycles. This is going to be a bad boy here to the downside. An incredible, okay, dump to the downside. Because you have now formed 5 waves to the upside. You cannot go higher. You cannot create 6 and 7 waves. You can only create 5 waves. That's Elliott Wave theory. That's the rule of the game. So this, okay, I just wanted to point this out, right? There's potentially a deeper correction coming for the 𝗖𝗍cie, and it can already start correcting from where it is. It does not have to correct inside of the box, okay? It can fall from where it is right now as well. It doesn't have to come to the box. It's just from a probability perspective, each B wave rejected by the 0.8. So I just put the box over there because it's maybe history repeating itself. Right, so legends, I just wanted to point that out. I'm not sure if there's anyone else that's been speaking about this scenario. I was looking at this morning on the weekly time frame, and I was like, hang on. This looks like a 5-wave structure to the upside. Oh boy. Danger, Robinson, Miss Robinson, danger, danger, danger for the 𝗖𝗍cie. But I mean, although this is danger for the 𝗖𝗍cie, I mean, this is going to be an absolute fiesta for all of us, right? Risk on assets are going to have a celebration and see prices that they've never seen before. Perhaps this is going to create the bubble that's going to explode everything to the upside. And then once this bad boy is finished and everyone is drunk on money, okay, the 𝗖𝗍cie is going to say, okay, let's go back to the upside. Because if this is a 1 and this is going to form a 2, you all know what happens in a 3rd wave. It is explosive, it is aggressive, and it's going to bleed every risk on asset to the downside aggressively. So perhaps people are going to get money drunk over here, and they're going to very quickly sober up over here. Okay, so I do see from a technical perspective that something is looming, and I'm going to keep a close eye on this structure in the coming months. And right, so at least if something happens, from a technical perspective, we knew something was going to happen because this structure has to correct itself. It just has to. It has no choice. Okay, the B wave can still go up. The B wave can also be a flat where it takes the high. Can even do that. But the structure is done. You have 5 waves. So it needs to correct itself now. Okay. So something's going to happen. 𝗬𝗍 is going to lose this trend. For the first time since 2008, the 𝗬𝗍 is highly likely going to lose this trend over here. So very interesting, just something that I wanted to point out. Also, 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝐵TC, I briefly spoke about 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝐵TC yesterday. 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝐵TC is also at a point, okay, where it's hitting massive support. It's not just a little bit of support. A small little area of support that I've identified. This is macro support. It has a macro 0.618 level that it's now nibbling on here at the moment. So perhaps in the couple of weeks, maybe a month, 2 from now, it's ETH's moment to start finding strength over Bitcoin, and it could be rampaging here to the upside. And usually where things looks the bleakest, the doomest, the neglected child, the Ethereum no one wants to buy anymore, every other altcoin seems more attractive than ETH at the moment. Okay, this for me from a technical perspective is where you need to pay attention. Okay, where ETH is potentially gearing up and it's getting ready to outperform Bitcoin severely. Okay, because it's hitting major support from a macro perspective. This is also the weekly time frame. It's hitting massive support. Okay, so maybe an SFP from that low, okay, dips below. I mean, it's just a beautiful area where it is at the moment. And I mean, look, translating that back into the Ethereum price, Ethereum also has that nice bullish structure that it could just shoot out from any moment. So this is basically what I wanted to highlight, and now I can go through some altcoin requests. Okay, so legends, smash up the like. Remember to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and let's go through some altcoin requests. Mr. Crypto Big Brains, always the legends. What Mr. Crypto Big Brains does over here, legends, is that he reads through all the comments, and if he picks up a theme, like there's more than 2 or 3 people asking for the same token, he provides me the list. So I often like to look at what Mr. Crypto Big Brains provides me over here, so that I don't have to read through all the comments, and then there are 10 people asking for 1 token, and I've only answered someone that asked once for a token. So Mr. Crypto Big Brains does me that huge favor by picking up the themes, and then I go and look at those altcoins. Okay, so the first one on the list is 𝗖 USDT. Let's go have a look. Okay, let me clean it up. And I've added so many things, I actually need to put them in folders. The one really good thing here about 𝗖, okay, and I'm on the 8-hour time frame. The one thing that I really like, okay, and there's another thing that I would even like more so, is that this to me still looks like an insanely bullish structure. Okay, this is the bullish structure to the upside. It balances well from an Elliott Wave perspective. It counts very nicely. And finally, when I take a time fib from the low to the high, guess where price is at the moment? Price has finally surpassed the minimum corrective target. Okay, so whatever happens over here is going to be very, very interesting. Now I have a big tick now over here is to say that 𝗖 is finally in a zone where it can make the low at any point. Finally, because this little low for me wasn't convincing. Why? Because it was made between the minimum target where I wanted to see the corrective structure. The second tick that I would really like over here is for 𝗖 to tap the 786 and claim the liquidity below these lows. I want 𝗖 really badly to come down. Okay, and there's that saying that says, be careful what you wish for, you might just get it. But I want 𝗖 to come down, tap the 786, stop all of these early longs out. People that entered over here, maybe they played the breakout, they entered over here, they had all their stop losses over here. They did not take profits on the way up, and now they are almost at break even, hoping for the price to turn around. And I once say to dip below, stop all of them out, tap the 786 properly, and start breaking the trend. Okay, this little trend that I have over here. That to me is going to be a really bullish sign. I do not particularly want this low to tap the 0.88, obviously not the low over there. Okay, so it's looking great at the moment. Okay, for me, say is still great. There is my invalidation. My Y is bullish structure, corrective structure after the 0.382. I'm going to wait for the break of the trend. I do have a swing position open in 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽, which I've been building up and building up, but I will add more in this zone once we break trend. That is where I will add more. I want to see some confirmation, and I don't mind having a higher entry, but a more guaranteed entry that I'm going to get the momentum that I'm looking for. So that is what I see on 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽 here at the moment. So for now, it still looks good until invalidated, and this is why we don't trade with more cash than what we can afford to lose. Like Rune, for example, I'm still in my Rune swing trade, and if I get stopped out, it is what it is. Okay, if you've entered with your entire account at 5x leverage, you should stress, you should be very worried, you should, damn right, you should care. Okay, you should care if you didn't apply good risk management. Okay, let's do this. Theta, big brains. Okay, anyone else wants Theta? Okay, I'm going to go through AVAX, USDT. We can do this. AVAX, USDT. I haven't looked at AVAX in a while, actually. Well. Let me just take the scribble here out. I've obviously done some technical analysis on it not too long ago. I just want to see where are we. Okay, well, this is good. This is really good. I do like, do you guys see what I'm seeing over here? Maybe not, maybe you do. Okay, so let's go to the 12-hour time frame. I just want to look at what is cooking over here. Can take these trends out. Just want to clean up the chart. Okay, we have a fixed range profile from this entire zone that we've been in. I just want to drag it along ever so slightly to see where we are now. Yes. Okay, so what I like, let's hope that it can keep the structure here to the upside. You can see when AVAX broke out from here, it did find support, but it went down and it got acceptance back above and it started pumping. Then it came back down, it found support at the value area high of this entire zone. Okay, now AVAX is here again. Now the question is it going to hold the support and continue momentum to the upside, or is it going to do what it did over here and break down? Because from a range, from a value fixed range perspective, okay, just let me put it here on the daily and just show everyone where I get that area from. So it's basically the entire bear market, this entire consolidation with the pumps that we've now had here to the upside. I take a fixed range and now I can see, okay, we broke out, we failed to hold the value area high, okay, and we lost it. And guess where we bounced? On the point of control, where the most amount of volume was traded. Okay, we bounced here perfectly on the point of control. Now it's having a second attempt here to the upside. It needs to do the RS flip. It needs to flip this resistance into support for AVAX to have that moment to the upside. It should not lose this level, because if it loses this level, guess where the next level is? $17. It's going to come back to $17 at least, like it did over here. So from a bullish case perspective, this is the zone, the 618. Okay, maybe it can even tap into the 786 at $29, but you want to see the zone hold over here, and it needs to get, buying pressure needs to really kick in, and it needs to rock and roll if it's going to get acceptance back inside this range. I just want to zoom into that structure on the lower time frames. I want to make sure that I'm on the regular scale. Yeah, still on the regular scale. Let's go to the 8-hour time frame. It is forming a beautiful trend from a simplicity perspective. Okay, that's the trend. You set your alarm. You wait for the breakout. if you're unsure what to do. And you can see that this support, this consolidation area over here is what is providing the support for AVAX at the moment. So perhaps, just perhaps, it has the chance to find support in this zone over here, okay? And it's already claimed, there's a nice little dip in there already, but maybe it holds this area and it breaks out. Okay, that's what you want to see, because now you've done a successful RS flip. You've successfully flipped this resistance into support because you broke out with high volume, okay, and now you are back at support. You broke resistance and now you're back at support. So that's what we refer to as a RS flip. Now you want to see this resistance flip into support, and AVAX should not lose that level. Okay, so that's just basic technical analysis, and you can also see where we are now dancing around is at the 0.618, $35.22. Okay, if price does come down, okay, to sweep up the liquidity below this low, it needs to be quick, it needs to be aggressive, and you want to see that. You want to see a massive wick left behind. It needs to fall, it needs to tap, and it needs to be bought up extremely quickly. That is an insanely bullish sign over there, because now you stopped out all of these people that had their stops below this low. Nice little liquidity hunt, but it has to be a quick move, and it has to leave a wick behind on the larger time frames. If price is going to consolidate and not find strength, and it trades for multiple days below this level, you increase the probabilities that you are going to the point of control. Okay. And then from a simplicity perspective, you just wait for the break of the trend. So you don't care what happens over here, you wait for the break of the trend. High time frame candle closes outside, be patient. And if you want to attempt to swing trade, low leverage, 2x, I don't recommend going higher than 2x, maybe 3x, depending on how far your risk management is away. And AVAX can be traded on weeks where you get the lowest trading fees. First link down in the description. Okay, new order, Dewald, Theta, Brett, and Rune. Okay, Theta, Brett, and Rune. Let's go through Brett, because I know someone's also, a couple of other people I saw also asked for Brett. Let's go through Brett first, and then I'll do the other two. Brett, USDT. Let's see. Here we go. Well, Mr. Brett. What are you showering us with today, Mr. Brett? Okay, as you guys can see, I have done some homework this morning. Okay, that is Mr. Brett over there. When I take, if I switch on the scenario, I just want to see the fib. So this low, okay, I just want to point out that where Brett is at the moment, okay, is from a timing perspective, is in the zone where it needs to start making the low. So at any point, Brett can make a low, okay, and start breaking the trend back to the upside. So from a timing perspective, it is in the zone. Now I want to take the time fib out, because that usually makes the chart dirty for me. So just clean up the kitchen ever so slightly. I want to go to the logarithmic scale, because I like the dailies and the weeklies on the log scale. I want to go to the daily time frame and just look at this from a logarithmic perspective. So I want 82 cents to hold for Brett. Okay, if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bullish wave 1 to the upside, wave 2, okay, should not obviously take the low, and more importantly, okay, not take the low, but I wanted to find support at the 0.786. which is considered the maximum bullish target for a second wave, but it's not an invalidation, because all that Elliott Wave theory says that if a wave 2 taps the 0.88, it decreases the probabilities that it's a wave 2, but it's not an invalidation. The only invalidation is wave 2 is not allowed to take 0. It's not allowed to take 0. Okay, so I would like to see Brett find support at 0.82 as a maximum target. Then it still has a nice chance for upwards momentum in a 5-wave structure to go and complete wave 3. So this is the zone, right, legends? Let me draw that in. Let me do this. Like such. That is the buy zone for me. If Brett bounces in that zone, that is for me, from an investment perspective, potentially a great opportunity to start adding either a spot back or a very low leverage 2x leverage swing position with a clear invalidation below the low. But I mean, even from a swing perspective, it's quite a big knock, okay? Because that stop loss, even if you enter and you nail that entry, that stop loss is a 24% stop loss. So be very careful with leverage. Okay, if you enter a 5x position over there, your account's gone, right? Okay, so that's basically what I see here on Brett. Just want to go to regular. That is the trend that I'm tracking. Yes, the trend that I'm tracking. Okay. I have my alarm set. I'm going to wait for the break of the trend. I do have Brett in my spot bags. I'm not planning to add any more. I've got enough Brett. And I'm giving the structure the benefit of the doubt until invalidated. What I still like is the nice little volume. I like the increase in volume to the upside, and I like the decrease in volume. Okay, even with this little spike, it's still lower volume to the downside, which tells me that at any moment it could make the low and start gaining momentum back to the upside. But as always, okay, there is my invalidation. Okay, if Brett takes the low, is no more bullish. Okay, yes, it can still have a bounce, and I can still enter playing this as a swing failure pattern. But from a third wave perspective, to see that face melting price action to the upside, you really want this low to be a higher low. Okay, to see this, you want a higher low. If you get a lower low, you're not going to see that. Okay. What else? Now, new order, Brett, Rune, 𝗖𝗍𝗃. Let's go and look at 𝗖𝗍𝗃 here quick. Okay, I want to look at 𝗖𝗍𝗃. I haven't looked at 𝗖𝗍𝗃 in a while, so I'm also curious to see 𝗖𝗍𝗃, USDT. Let's have a look at Mr. 𝗖𝗍𝗃. I think 𝗖𝗍𝗃 is actually really, really bullish, if I'm not mistaken. Why do I have 𝗖𝗍𝗃 here in red? Oh, now I remember. I just want to see something here. The reason, okay, I actually looked at 𝗖𝗍𝗃 this morning. The reason I made it red, okay, and I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm not saying, but I just wanted to point this out. Maybe, just maybe, okay? Look at this structure. And look at this structure that's forming over here. You had the massive pump. You had this upwards consolidation where you formed higher lows. And then you fell to the downside. It's forming the higher lows over here. It had the initial pump, which is this fall. It had this fall already. And now it just looks like it's going to do this. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to do that, but it just looks like it's going to do this. Anyways, that's why I made it red. I was just like, what is going on over here? Okay, but you just wait for the break of the trend, right? Not saying it's going to happen, legends, but okay, look at how far the previous structure corrected. So if I take a fib from the low to the high, it literally found support by the 0.88. Okay, that's how deep it corrected. Now, when I take the fib, okay, let me just take a fresh one from the low to the high. Okay, 0.88 is still 36% away. And I'm not saying it's going to do exactly the same thing, legends. It just looks like it smells the same. It looks the same. This little structure over here and this little structure over here. Ooh, okay. It is, okay, from a bullish case perspective, it is at the 0.618, which is a bullish target. And this is why I have my trend, okay? So I'm not saying that this is guaranteed to happen. Okay, all I'm saying is that I'm not buying at the moment. I'd rather wait for the break of the trend. Have some high time frame candle closes above and then go to higher levels. I do have a spot bag of theta. I have a much lower entry, so I'm pretty safe. I accumulated in this zone on theta, so I'm very happy with my entry that I have. So I'm still in profit here at the moment. But to add to my position is not a zone where I would add to my position just as yet. I'd rather wait for the break of the trend and have a confirmation of a breakout. Okay, but for now, yeah, it's making me a little bit nervous. Okay, it really is making me a little bit nervous. From a timing perspective, I don't think it looks bad from a timing perspective. Okay, yes. That low over there, right? This low over here was made on the 382. So it would be nice to make one more low, okay, in the zone over here. Yeah, I'm just not too convinced on theta, guys. Not too convinced. Okay. Hello, Dewald. By any chance, can you check Raven coin for bull run? Right. Yes, why not? Hello, Dewald. Can you look at Nakamoto? Nakamoto looks it's hanging on. It's hanging on by a thread. Dewald super chat. Yes, I do see the super chat. So, Andre, thank you so much for the super chat. Let's go and have a look at Ron. Do we have a KuCoin listing? I really like to look at KuCoin because they usually have the most amount of data. Okay, let's look at 𝗞𝗍𝗄𝗍. Gate. Yeah, we can look at that one. Oh, it's not Ron, Raven. I'm confusing your name with the ticker symbol. RVN USDT. Sorry about that. Yes, we do have a KuCoin listing. Let's go look. Let's have a quick squiz over here. I mean, it has a big flaw, right? It really has a big flaw over here. Okay, I can only look at Ron from here. Okay, so I'm only going to pay attention to this structure. And you might be asking why. Is because the low took the low. So I cannot use this structure to determine what this can do to the upside. So that is your lowest point. Okay, so now let's zoom in to the 12-hour. I just want to check something here. New order Trump. Okay, I see orders are pumping in, right? I feel like I'm working in a takeaway joint. It's just, you know, these low caps with these wikis to the upside. Okay, I mean, ideally for this to be a bullish structure and for this to be a corrective structure, I do like that volume is increasing with the momentum to the upside and volume is decreasing with the momentum to the downside. That is usually a clue that this is an impulsive structure and this is a corrective structure that is not going to take the low over here. So purely focusing on this structure because this is an absolute mess. I don't know what to do over here. Okay, it's a mess. This is in accumulation zone. Okay, so if price comes back into this green box that I have over here from an investment perspective, this is basically where selling pressure gets exhausted, and this is where you're supposed to be buying. No financial advice. Please do your own research and don't listen to this crazy person on YouTube. Okay, I will wait for that break of that trend over there, and hopefully what you want to see over here is a fib from the low to the high. I want to put it on lock scale over here because that looks a little bit bearish, but you can see that we are, or Raven coin is finding support at a maximum target over here. You really want to see the 786 hold. Okay, it's not an invalidation. When you tap the 0.88, it usually means that any move away is corrective and you're going to come take this low, right? So you want this zone to be to be the low, and preferably that was your low. So from a timing perspective, taking a time fib from this low to the high, okay, this low was made in a beautiful time. Okay, it was made after the 1-to-1. Beautiful. So there's a chance, it has a chance that this low is in and it's not going to tap the 0.88. From a simplicity perspective, you wait for the break of the trend. Okay, but I mean, it has a chance. The structure looks bullish until invalidated. Okay, the signs are there. You have more volume to the upside and you have less volume to the downside, which gives me a clue. I'm not going to go and try and count this from an Elliott Wave perspective, but it gives me a clue that this is impulsive, this is corrective, and it should either start consolidating sideways and then starts getting momentum. And once it starts consolidating sideways, especially after you've broken the trend over there, you know, that's going to be a really bullish sign. So that is what I see on Mr. Raven. Right, legends, thank you so much for joining the live stream. I've unfortunately run out of time. I know, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, you're throwing me with orders over here, but time has run out. And I have gone through as much as I possibly can over here. Legends, to support the channel, remember, weeks down in the description, it's also where you get the most amazing deals on any exchange at the moment, the lowest trading fees, and all you need is an email and a password. Hit the like on your way out, and until the next one, cheers for now.